when did you come out or like realize? First, when did you realize you were like trans?
Literally while we were having this conversation.
Yeah, just like a few 5 minutes ago. Like young or like kind of like teens? Or
I think when I was a kid, my parents were so like against anything feminine, like anything gay. So I like kind of just like didn't think about it. But like obviously like all the signs were there. Like, but it wasn't until like seeing like Nikita Dragun and like Gigi Gorgeous and like unfortunately.
Do you not like her? I mean, she's been nice to me.
That brick.
Like,
She's actually really fucking funny.
Well, so you came out as trans like in the middle of nowhere in Oregon. Low key, how was that? Were people like accepting? Did you get like?
Yeah, they were pretty cool because I was already like kind of cross dressing when I was like in high school. I'd wear like these long ass shirts to school, and like the security guards would chase me. So yeah, I feel like everybody was pretty cool. I didn't really get that much backlash because Oregon. I feel like Portland is pretty liberal.
Yeah,
so it's not like crazy. I feel like other people have had like worse experiences.
So your parents were probably less accepting than like the rest of everyone else. So.
Yeah, when I came out as gay, I came out as gay first because everybody's like, you're.
Yeah, you're like, yes, that's how I knew I was. I'm like, everyone kept telling me, so I guess I am. I'm like, let me Google.
Literally. And then my parents were like, what? They acted like they didn't know, or they didn't. Oh my god, they didn't. It's the wine. They didn't know.
Yeah,
they acted like they didn't know. And so like they were finally starting to get around to the idea, and then once they were finally fine with it, like 2 years in, I came out as trans.
And how old were you like then?
I think like 19, 18.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
So like
2017.
So at that point, you had like already graduated high school when you came out as trans.
Thank God, yeah.
But like essentially, probably people like knew that you were like headed that way, anyways. Because you were
a lot of friends were like, "Oh, we knew."
Yeah. So how did you like? What were your first steps for like starting that process? Like, did you go on like hormone blockers or? Like,
I'm literally not on hormones yet.
Oh, you haven't? Wow.
I'm just so lazy. I feel like going to the hospital is so scary.
Yeah.
The last time I went to the hospital was because I was filming this TikTok and I was trying to fall down the stairs. I used to love doing my own stunts.
Yeah.
And I fell down the stairs and cracked like my head open, so I had to go to like the hospital. But
you used to do your own stunts, so now you've got a stunt woman.
No, I don't do skits anymore.
A body double.
So a body double. Shawty Bay is my body double.
Yeah.
The last podcast I did with Eric, I was watching it back and I was like, oh my god, we're literally twins. Me and Shawty Bay.
Yeah.
I look like her, or she looks like
you. Say more though, because she's literally like, I'm watching the lives. I'm like falling asleep to them. Really soothing.
Oh my god.
As far as your like transition, you feel good like with where you are right now, and like I mean, there's so many. I'm surprised you're not on hormones because it seems like every like person's on, but I don't think it's necessary to do all of that to be a woman. You know.
I think as long as like you're in the right headspace, like right now I'm thinking about like definitely going like the FFS route and definitely starting hormones eventually, and then like getting like my body done eventually. Like I'm
BBL era.
Yeah, BBL era. Period. Get ready with me to get a BBL. But. Yeah, because I feel like LA just like changes you, like not in the way where like you just get here and back in Oregon like nobody has a BBL, so like you're here and then everybody looks sickening.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, like now I want to look sickening, but not in the way where like you're insecure, but it's like I'm free to explore to like do all that.
Yeah, I think it's also, and I think that's important too because a lot of like even me moving to LA, I was like kind of overweight when I first moved here, and then I like remember walking through WeHo and seeing all like the go-go dancers, and I was like, oh. I want to be like one of those boys one day with like abs
Everybody's
and everything.
so hot.
And I was like, I don't know if I could ever even get there. Like how. But then I like hired a personal trainer and started investing myself. And that's so normal in LA for people to like, to invest in themselves, So I feel like that's why it feels like, it's not like you want to change yourself for insecurity, but it's like,
that's a good way to invest in yourself. That's a good way to explain it.
So like you being like a trans woman in like Portland, Oregon, that area, you didn't necessarily have that much like bullying and backlash, but the internet, I feel like a lot of times they say, it gets better after high school, and it does get better. But then when you graduate into social media, it's like you're just, all through the ringer again. So like looking at your social media, you've got a lot of support on there, but I assume you must receive like some backlash. Like how does that feel like kind of getting bigger and starting to see those comments and read people's hate?
I mean, to be completely honest, I don't really get a lot of hate because I was a comedian first, so I didn't really get a lot of backlash.
Not like trans hate or like
I'm sure those comments are out there.
Superficial things. Yeah, you just don't even like look for them.
Like back in the day, like when my first year doing TikTok, I would reply to every single comment. So I didn't really get, because I would do comedy and my sense of humor is so unhinged that even the people who were like, oh, that's a man, were like, you know what? You're a man, but this is funny.
Yeah.
So the only time I ever got backlash was when I think I was like, do you know who Silly Georgie is? You don't know who that is? He's like another drama channel on kind of like Rich Lux. He's like on TikTok.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he does kind of drag a little bit sometimes. Whatever, fuck that brick. I'm just kidding. But he made like a video talking about like because I got on Nikita Dragun's PR list when Dragon Beauty was a thing. Nikita, bring it back. And he was like, how do you feel about TikTok's like biggest trends like people like supporting this brand. And I was like, I don't know, I love Nikita. Do you like Nikita?
I like grew up in the same area as Nikita. I've always been a fan of Nikita. Yeah, we grew up in Virginia.
Oh, she's from Virginia. That's right. So I love Nikita, and I said I love. I commented. I was like, wait, I love Nikita. Like, what's going on? And he made a whole video being like, you're trash. Like, you can't believe you support her, and like just like, and the video got like what, like I don't know how many thousands of views, and like people like went to bully me. They're like, how's Nikita your BFF? And I was like,
Girl.
what is going on? And then I lost like 4,000 followers from it. So like that's like the most like hate I've ever gotten, which is like for saying that you support another trans girl, which is so stupid.
Yeah, I think that is, and I think there's like so much more depth to people than like certain aspects. And I don't know, I'm not like, someone would think I'm like such a cancel culture king, but I'm really not. Like, I'm actually rational thinking. Like, there's so many people out here who just like jump to conclusions, and like Nikita's clearly mentally ill. Like, where is she? She was in jail. And
Where is he?
Heard.
I'm just kidding.
Well, you know, you saw the last time I heard about her, she did the OnlyFans with the dick like promotion.
I feel like I just heard that she's like fine. And I can't remember where they said that she was, but she's like probably taking time to herself. Because I was actually just stalking her on Instagram yesterday, and I've never met her, but we used to follow each other on TikTok until she like was going through it and unfollowed everybody. I miss her. Like, I miss seeing her content because she's just so fierce.
I know, and like her music, like her like little music videos where she was
Her
dancing
Pussy
and
Sons?
stuff. Yeah, I also think she was like kind of influential in a way too. Like, other people were inspired by her looks, and like I feel like she got like kind of broke that mold with the mainstream too, because like she was so hot. That,
She's definitely one of like the most famous like trans girls.
Yeah, and she was kind of headed to music too, which I was like,
I remember because she had like her little show on Snapchat. I was excited for her music.
where's your Snapchat show?
Girl, I would get canceled. I feel
Where's
like
your management.
What?
Everyone should have a Snapchat show though.
Oh my god,
I feel like I have a Snapchat show.
you do?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's not original content.
It's like it's powered by Sniffies.
Yeah, something like that. I have never even been on that website, but I've got like friends who are professionals on there.
Same. Do you have a lot of friends that do OnlyFans?
I've got more like, actually the most friends I have that do OnlyFans are like trans girls.
Oh, period.
Yeah, like I don't really have a lot of like gay boyfriends who do like OnlyFans. Yeah.
Interesting.
And the guys I date are like usually like 10 years older than me and like have real
period.
jobs.
You really are a Lana Del Rey fan.
I know, I really am.
They're all old and like dying and have money.
Yes, especially the one taking me to Vegas. He has so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Take me with you to Vegas. I want to go so bad.
I like have never been. I'm so excited.
I've never been either. I was supposed to go actually a couple weeks ago for my friend's birthday, but because there's this hotel there that does like free things for influencers, and they give like everybody free like stay. Yeah. And I reached out and I was like, oh, like, can I stay? Like, I'm gonna be here. Then they were like, no. And I was like, oh, then I guess I'm not going to Vegas.
The Taco Bell Resort. Is that what you're talking about?
No, what is it called?
No, just kidding.
It's like Virgin something like the phone.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
I think they have like which is fitting because I'm literally a virgin. So.
Are you actually?
Well,
no. Are you a virgin like after transitioning? Like, have you like fucked like?
No, I think I only ever like made out with one guy before I was trans, but I feel like I didn't start hooking up until like after I fully came out.
So yeah, because I was gonna ask you about dating. Like, so have you ever had a boyfriend? No,
not yet.
That's why I told you. If you have like a Britney Spears poster, or even as much as I want to free her, like, no.
Is she not free already?
Is she? I don't know. I think we kind
of.
of.
Well, she's showing her pussy for free on Instagram. So like, girl, she's free boots.
Well, I think it might be AI'd at this point. Like, all of her stuff is fake on there. So poor girl. We thought we freed her, but we didn't.
She's probably just like really traumatized by everything happening. So we need to give her another like moment to like go off and like be like feral. Do you like her music?
I like her. Of course, I like her music. Yeah, it makes me feel like hot and stuff. Even her old stuff, like "Don't Go Knocking on My Door."
I've never heard that song before.
When I got cheated on, like that was the moment. I was like, "Stop knocking."
So every
my door.
5 months.
Yeah, stop knocking my
door. Every 5
door.
months, you really like that song.
Breaking into my window, taking my shit, throwing away my. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
that actually happened like 2 days.
I'm like, now we're going to commercial break. No, I'm just kidding.
So dating, do you like? And like, okay, so like hooking up, you're not like on a Grindr and any of those apps, right? Like, you're not like.
Not anymore. I used to be on it like the first couple of years of my transition, but like obviously it's just like awful because people like use you for your body and for being trans. And now I literally on the way here I literally deleted Hinge because it's like the same thing. Like people like don't like you. They don't like they almost like dehumanize you when they're like reaching out. They're like, oh, like I've never been with a trans girl. Like it's always my fantasy. Like I was having such a good conversation with this guy the other day, and then he was like, oh, you know what? Like I've actually never been with a trans girl before. It's always been one of my fantasies. And I was like, oh. So I went off on him, and then once he understood, then I like blocked him.